Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Cloud Journey. So in this video we'll see how to provision a complete production ready infrastructure on AWS using Terraform, all through code with no manual configuration. So our objective is to deploy a publicly accessible Nginx web server on EC2 instance. We will automate the entire infrastructure stack from networking to instance setup using Terraform. This is real-world use case that applies to DevOps, cloud engineer, and anyone focused on scalable infrastructure delivery. So first understand the architecture. So before understanding the architecture, we'll understand what is provisioner. So provisioner in Terraform allow us to run commands or scripts on our newly created infrastructure after it's provisioned. So this is particularly useful for setting up software, configuring instance, or running setup commands. So in this demo, we'll use the role of provisioner. So we use two type of provisioner. So first we'll copy a script to the instance using the file provisioner. So I will show you in the code, and after that we'll run the script to install and start Nginx using the remote-exec provisioner. So let's dive into the code. First understand the architecture. So if you see the diagram, we have virtual private cloud to isolate our resources, a subnet to place our instance, an internet gateway to allow our instance to connect to the internet. And in the below you can see security group. So security groups allow HTTP port and SSH to access to the instance. So I will not write all the code because it takes the video is so long. So I will just walk through the code and explain one by one all the line. So first we'll see the architecture of the code. So if you give the command tree and press enter, so you can see we have the file main.tf, output.tf, terraform tf state, terraform tf.state backup, and variable.tf. So if we go first in the main.tf, main.tf. So I will push the code to the GitHub account. You can copy this code. So we are inside the main.tf file. Here you can see we have the provider AWS, and after that we are using the resource AWS VPC, and we are using the subnet AWS subnet. So if we go down, so here we all are using resources like I have given the CIDR block. So basically CIDR block is classes internet domain range. So it's 10.00./16 for the VPC, and we are using the subnet 10.0.1/24. So we are creating subnet within a VPC with the CIDR, the range which I've told. So we can assign public IP address, and after that you can see we have internet gateway. So this will allow our instance to access the internet and vice versa. And then you will see security group. So this security group is configured to allow HTTP port and SSH from anywhere, like we are giving 000. Now if we scroll down, and I have also created the route table, and for incoming traffic you can see we have increased from port 80 to port 80, and we will use the protocol TCP. So if we scroll down and see the main concept here, provisioner. So once our infrastructure is placed, we will use provisioner to set up Nginx web server on the EC2 instance automatically. So here you can see the file provisioner. So it will allow us to copy, install nginx.sh script, like I have written the install.nginx.sh script web server on the EC2 instance automatically. And you will scroll down And we have also created the public key using SSH. So in the last video, you can check out like I have created how to create SSH keygen. So I will not show again how to create. You can check my previous video. Now if you go to the file variable.tf, so here you can see we have provided the region US East 1 and instance type using T2 micro, and I have given the key name my key and the path which I provided for my public key. So I will paste the command how to create public key, private key. So you can check like if it is present or not in my local. So you can use the command cat. So here you can see I have the public key. So I've already created, and if you want to see like what we have private and public key where it is present, so you can use the command ls-l tilde -ss my key and what are the key name which we have provided. So you can see I will press enter. I have already created the key. The directory /home/semi-dos dash ssh my key AWS, and the name of public key is dash ssh my key dash AWS dot pub. So in this way you can check, or first you have to create. I have already created, so I have shown you. Now we'll initialize this. So we'll run the command terraform init. So if you can see, if you want to see the this file nginx install.sh, here you can see I've already written the command. It will automatically update the command install nginx and enable the nginx and start nginx. Now our first task is to initialize it. So write the command terraform init and press enter. So it will take time. So it gets initialized. Now we'll apply the command terraform apply. We can also check terraform plan. First I will show you terraform plan and press enter. So if you visualize the workflow, so it will first create the EC2 instance. The file provisioner copy the Nginx install script to the instance, and the remote execute provisioner runs the script, install and start the Nginx. So question come what happen if we run the Terraform apply. So once everything is applied, Terraform will output the public IP address. So if you can see, we have also created a file output.tf. So here it will public the EC2 instance ID. it will take time. So here you can see what happened after we apply the command terraform plan. So it will show you like we have to change 8 plan. Like we are the AWS subnet will added, Nginx will added, security group will added. So in this way you can check and it will create the keys. Now we'll apply the command. If some error will come, it will throw Terraform apply. There will be ly. Press enter. So again it will take some time. So it will ask for permission. Give permission yes. So now you can see VPC start creating, subnet start creating, key pair completed, and security group, internet gateway, all are start creating. And you can see its ID is this. I will show you in after creation in the AWS console. Instance will start creating, still creating. So it's taking time. So you can skip this part, like this, forward the video.